Welcome and hello everyone. This is Anderson Tucker with
Dina Swanson
on today's episode of the Possenti Book Chat.
Hello again, this is Dina, and this is our first video, and it's sort of an introduction video. So we're going to be talking about who we are, how we work, and why we decided to do this podcast. And please have pity on us. It's our first video. We've never done this before.
And we're probably going to mess up a lot, so sorry about that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start off with talking about who we are and kind of why we decided to create this podcast. So we're two traditional Catholic girls that go to a church in Sartell, Minnesota, and we've realized that there are a lot of Catholic children who don't think there are any kind of fun books anymore because how our world is and all the propaganda that's going around, and some books there are a lot of books that actually are bad and that we cannot read, but there are also some good fun books to read that aren't just boring saint biographies and autobiographies.
So, as you can tell by the name of the podcast, we're a book podcast, and we're going to be doing two types of videos. We're going to be doing a book review and a book club video.
So first we're going to be explaining what we're going to be doing for the review videos. That will basically be us taking a book that we've read and enjoyed and telling specifics about it, such as the genre, what it's about, the age group that would most likely be able to read it and enjoy it more, and who we think would be most interested in it.
Okay, for example, Narnia would be a fiction book, and it's about four kids who jump into a wardrobe and they discover this magical world with adventure and all these weird creatures. So I think anybody that's about 10 and up could enjoy this book, and anybody who likes adventure. Okay, moving on to the sort of book club. For that, we're going to be taking a book and telling you in the video before to read it. You don't have to if you don't want to. This is completely optional. But then 2 weeks later, we're going to make a video basically ranting about that book. So if you want to watch that, you can. But please, if you have not read the book and you plan on reading it, do not watch it because there will be spoilers.
And if you just don't want to read the book, you probably shouldn't watch it either. I mean, you can if you want to, but it's going to be kind of boring when you don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So, and also, all the books that we're going to be reviewing or doing a book club on have all been approved by trusted adults, parents, teachers, that all of them.
But always, please, we cannot stress this enough, ask your parents before you read this book, buy it, get it from the library, whatever.
Yeah, and we're going to be posting the book reviews probably every week and the book club videos every 2 weeks. But if it becomes too much once we get back into school, we might cut back and do less videos.
Also, comments are encouraged, so if you have any books that you'd like us to review, or if you have any different opinions on a book we've already done, you just let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, and now we're going to kind of give a quick summary on our podcast patron, which is St. Gabriel Possenti. So, and we'll probably also tell kind of about why we picked him and things like that. So, Dina's gonna do the summary.
Okay, so St. Gabriel Possenti, he was born in Italy in the year 1838. As a boy, his name was Francis, and he was sick many times. And every time he was sick, he promised Our Lady that if she cured him, he would join a religious order. But he was sick about 3 times, and he didn't listen or keep his promise. But then finally, the third time, he kept his promise, and he told his father that he would like to join the Passionists. And his father told him that he should go and live in the world for 1 more year. So Francis obeyed his father. He did that. And then after a year, he came back to his father telling him he wanted to join the Passionists. And his father agreed and let him send a letter to the Passionists. But when the Passionists responded, he kept the letter and didn't tell Francis that he responded, but Francis went anyways with his father and traveled to the Passionists' place. And he became a Passionist there, and he got the name Confrater Gabriel of the Sorrowful Mother. And he did so many sacrifices, he did so much, he loved Our Lady, and he just kept that all up to the very end.
Yeah, so the part about Our Lady of Sorrows is kind of why, if you saw, our logo is Our Lady of the Sorrowful Mother's Heart, which has 7 swords in it, kind of representing the seven sorrows of Our Lady, all the hardships that she went through in her life, and also, if you saw at the bottom of that heart, it said, "Engrave your heart with the name of Mary," and that's kind of a quote that we didn't I made it up, but it kind of goes with the Saint Gabriel Possenti, because when he was in the Passionist order, he actually asked his superior if he could burn Mary's name onto his chest. But um the superior decided that was kind of too vicious, I guess you could say, but he said that he could paint it on his on his chest. So the reason we picked him as our patron saint for our podcast is because he's the patron saint of Catholic youth and the Universal Church. So you can kind of guess how that has to do with us. But also, his feast day is on February 27th, if you wanted to know.
Okay, and if you want to read more about St. Gabriel Possenti, you can read the book Son of the Passion by Godfrey Poage. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but that's where we got our information from, so if you'd like to read about him, that's where you can find him. Thank you for please bearing with us through this first podcast. It was so hard. We re-recorded parts multiple times due to static, microphone not being on, other problems like that. Yeah. So thank you, and God bless you.
Yeah, God bless you all. Goodbye.